Okay, well, let's try it again. If you were here over the weekend, I wanted to try a pizza that had stuffed crust with barbecue sauce. It doesn't matter. More or less, I got a pizza without sauce in it, and I still want to see if the pizza's actually good, but I had to go to the Dad because they're the only place that doesn't screw up my orders every single time I go. There's a little bit of a change. I wanted to do this at Pizza Hut. This is a stuffed crust pizza, but let's just get into it. I'll talk about these in a second. Epic stuffed crust, epic garlic stuffed crust pizza. So Papa John's already does garlic on their stuffed crust if you ask for it. And of course I did. This pizza costs $16, so it's a little bit more expensive than the Pizza Hut version. So let's go over this again, and hopefully I can see the sauce this time, so I know it's at least gonna have sauce on it. But we have an epic garlic stuffed crust pizza, barbecue sauce, bacon, and chicken. Well done. That's it. Nothing changed. And I put my last one in the oven, so to make this fair, I put this one in the oven for the same time at the same degrees as well to bake it off. So let's try this again. Epic garlic stuffed crust. You can see right there that there is barbecue sauce on this pizza, and there is cheese in the crust, and there's the garlic crust, and look at the difference on the bake. Let's try this pizza. Oh, it tastes like barbecue sauce. Man. Rule number one. If you want a pizza and you live by me, you gotta go to the Dad. I don't know what else to say. They might have the best stuffed crust. Like, they really might. Especially the garlic version. This baked in cheese and garlic blend on there is insane. And this is what I had in my head at the other place. And what I got at this place. I really love the sweetness of that barbecue sauce with the salty bacon, and then like that garlic. This is what I had in my head. This is what I wanted. This is what it is. Are they gonna turn up spicy garlic? Gotta do the spicy garlic. Some of y'all like the regular garlic. That's not me. We do the spicy garlic here. It's a must-have at the Dad. Oh yeah. This is fantastic. I never was a barbecue chicken pizza guy much, but this is definitely a rotational Papa John's pizza. The cheese in this is really soft, and there's a lot in there. With that garlic flavor, this pizza is a sensational ass pizza. Definitely worth the price of admission. Again, I genuinely think this might be the best. I'm sorry. Stuffed crust pizza that I've gotten from any of these chains. And this base is something that I wanted to try a lot. And I agree, it's very good. Say all the time that franchises, locations matter. It is tenfold this one. I've always talked about how good my Papa John's was, and I didn't want to just keep going back to Papa John's, but I went to all three in the last week, and you can see the difference in each one on how it's put together. Also, I just can't tell you how clean that place is on the inside. So if you're following my Instagram, you would have seen these. I made a post about it. When I get my snack hauls, I put like a carousel on Instagram so you can see what I got. And these two flavors I wanted to try the most, so I'm going to try these today. And see if they're any good. So I'm gonna start off with these. All of these came from like H Mart and Asian food stores. That's where you're gonna find this, or you can go online. There's different kinds of places. If you type in like, you know, Asian like Doritos or Lay's, they'll pop up and you'll have to order it. But I got these Cheetos right here. They're Japanese steak Cheetos, and I thought that was just something that I had to try this. So I'm not gonna waste your time, man. Y'all know what Cheetos are like. Yes, I'm opening the bag upside down. Those who know will be champions. You can see the color on these. They're really like almost palish, so it has like, it looks like beef seasoning on there. That's a curious flavor. Hold on a second. This is different. I got a deep dive on this. The first thing that I get is a beef stock, but like the powdered version. So what you would get on like ramen seasoning almost, but not as salty. What makes these like a little curious is the next thing I'm getting is sweetness. Like something sweet is on these chips. Now, they have English translated ingredients here. I just need to check something. So, ingredients, artificial steak flavoring, caramel. Caramel is on these. I'm telling you, there's something really sweet, and I don't know if there's a difference, or I've had steak from like Japanese steakhouses. I never tasted anything like necessarily caramel tasting on it, but these are very strange because, again, they taste like sweet beef. No cheese involved in this whatsoever. I don't necessarily love them. They are interesting, but this is not like a flavor I'm like, oh, you got to try these, you got to get these. But very interesting to try. It's crazy to see what other countries put on chips, and this is just one of those things. I'm really glad I tried it, but I wouldn't even call this a rotational chip for me, if I'm being real. By the way, these chips are from China, it says, and these chips are from Taiwan. They are pepper steak deep ridge Lay's. Pepper chicken, sorry. Pepper chicken deep ridge Lay's. So pepper chicken deep ridge Lay's. Did that. The first thing I noticed too is their bags are a lot like tougher than ours. Almost like they use a better bag. They don't seem like they'll rip as easy. It's almost the same idea right off the bat. What I'm smelling is that chicken seasoning, like almost like the ramen chicken seasoning. There's your wavy chip. Wavy chips are always good. They hold more of a flavor. These taste like ramen seasoning. But it's funny because I saw pepper chicken and it's not very peppery. Like there's not much pepper on it. It more just has almost like, I gotta look at the ingredients again. MSG, love that. Soy sauce, that's what I'm getting. It says there's black pepper in this, but it's not very peppery. One more time. I'm getting more of like a chicken seasoning and soy sauce type of vibe to these. These I like better. The thing I noticed compared to like, if they made this version in the United States, the chips don't seem as salty as like an American made chip. Most of the time with our seasoning blends, the first thing you get is salt, and I'm not getting that in these. They seem a little better because of that. It really lets the chicken flavor shine through. This is a decent chip. I like this more than the last one. It's just that when I look at this little picture right here, see the little peppercorns chilling, I expect a little bit more of a peppery taste, and I just wish it was there, and it's not. But they're decent. The first ones I didn't rate, and I should have. I would have given them a 4 out of 10. This is a 6.5 out of 10. I've had chips from like foreign snack halls like this that are much better than this, but these are decent overall. I like the fact that they're different. I wish they did stuff like this in the States, but I don't know why they don't. And finally, to finish this off, we have a dessert. I got the brownie. I got the cinnamon pull-aparts, which is my favorite. I just wanted to give these another go. Every time I do one of these Papa John's things where I try like different stuff in the menu, there's always people that swear by one thing, and everybody keeps naming this brookie kind of deal. It's not really a brookie, but a pizookie, I should say. Excuse me. Misquoted myself. I only caught myself when I'm tired. I start saying things wrong, but I do on this side like the amount of chocolate chips that are in here. Let's see what we got. This reminds me. Is that over? You're just gonna fall. I'm getting this in a second. This reminds me of a Toll House cookie. It's got the right amount of crispy on the outside, and there's still very chocolate chip dense on the inside. I know that they're like, they probably just have this ready to go where they can just cook it, but this one's nice. I like it better than the brownie, if I'm being real. Like, if you get some vanilla ice cream and a glass of milk, you are in business with this. I'm not gonna lie. Cinnamon pull-aparts to me are still better, but this is one of the better versions of the cookie that I've had. I had the Domino's one last summer, and I think this one's better than the Brookie. Yes, that's tantalizing. Tantalizing. Word of the day. Pretty damn good. I'm going to give those an 8 out of 10 chain scale. I would definitely get those again, but cinnamon pull-apart still exists. One thing that I don't like from Papa John's, I have to throw in Sir Yappington. They took the cinnamon pull-aparts off of the Papa Pairings menu, $6.99. Only this and the brownie are on there. Not even the Oreo bites too. Y'all think y'all slick with that one. It kind of pisses me off, but this is pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. So in short, I know some people like, oh, he just went to one pizza place. I really personally wanted to try this pizza. My channel is not a food review channel per se. It is a food blog. When I'm in the mood for something, I'm gonna do it. When I want to review something, I'm gonna do it. When I feel like cooking, etc. So the videos are food centric, and there's some stuff at the end of it. So that was kind of the point of this. It's not anything deeper than that. I really wanted to try a chicken barbecue pizza from one of these chain places. Maybe I'm gonna try a mom and pop with a barbecue sauce pizza, but a lot of them around me in New Jersey, they'll laugh at me if I ask them to do that. They ain't doing that. I'm just being real. It's tough to get a barbecue chicken pizza. Some of them do it. Let me keep an eye open. Let me know if you want to see that, because again, I just feel like it's sacrilege at those places, but it don't matter. I wanted to show you this, dude. Look, I didn't ask for extra. I just asked for a regular amount. Also, if you notice, there's a ton of bacon on here. Look how much bacon is under the cheese. Papa John's is one of those places that puts their like toppings under. So if you ask for like jalapeno, sometimes you think you didn't get it, and if you lift up the pizza, you'll see it. So I don't know why they do that compared to other places, but it is their thing. The dad for me in this area, I've said it since the beginning of this damn channel. I don't know what it is, but they're super consistent. They don't screw up orders, and the people there are really nice. Like, you know, they don't give you a vibe like other pizza places. Like my Pizza Hut and Domino's, when you walk in, you walk in, you feel like you're inconveniencing them. You know, they kind of have like that about them, which is, again, I understand working hours are tough, but these people are just always super nice. The other thing I noticed at this place is there's never teenagers working there. You know, you could do with that what you want to do with it, but this place always has adults working there. So I'm just a bigger fan of Papa John's in general, but I wanted to try this, man. I'm going to go over the calories real quick for the people who care. This is by far the most calorically dense pizza I've gotten. It is 470 calories a slice. I had myself put down for 2 of them. $1.90 on this one. I ate 1 slice. Again, I told y'all I'd give these away, and then I'll measure out the chips, but I would guesstimate somewhere between like 150. This entire bag is 170 calories, I believe. So, you know, I loosely count when it comes to chips like that, but you know, people are curious, so I figured I'd throw that one out there. Just know, the better tasting the food probably is, the more calories it is, and you just make sure you control your portions with like the bad stuff. I don't like good and bad food. I don't like that. Just understand there's food that you should control. That shouldn't make up the bulk of your diet, and this is what this is. But I already know who's getting this. They're gonna be happy, but I'm keeping that slice for myself, and then we'll move off that for the rest of the day. I got one more thing I want to go over with y'all, which is more of a tech thing, so if you don't like tech stuff, you're not gonna care. But if you're curious, stick around. About a month ago, I showed you guys my Steam Deck. I had just got it at the time, so I only had initial reactions to it. I wanted to come back to this and talk about it a little bit more. I made in one of the videos, I think it was the barbecue one, that I was playing my Steam Deck while I was waiting for my food in the oven, which was true. I was actually playing my Steam Deck while waiting for my food in the oven. So this Steam Deck is the 1 terabyte OLED version, so it costs, I believe, like $650, $700. I don't know what it goes for today, but I believe with shipping and everything, I ordered this straight from Valve. It cost, I just looked it up so I could be sure. This cost me $692. 1 terabyte in OLED, so there are LCD versions of this and lower storage, but I'm one of those people that if I'm going to buy something, I will buy what I want to buy. The other thing is you can use a memory card if you want to get one with lower storage, but I use both because my memory card has an emulator on it, which if you don't know what emulators are, they play different games, for especially the older games. I'm an older person, so I like the older generation, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PS1, and so on. So I have a ton of games on here from my emulator. Now, you make sure that you buy this. If you use an emulator, make sure you get your ROMs, which is what plays the games, legally. And you something on my eye. Make sure you get them legally, because you're not supposed to have ROMs like this. But some of my childhood games that I like to play, like this one, I'll show you one right now. Again, make sure you buy this legally. This is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. It's one of the easiest RPGs ever made. This is a game that I used to play on Super Nintendo all the time. So you have that option, and obviously to play some of the new AAA titles and stuff like that. I've played games like Cyberpunk. It handles it really, really well. And I obviously have the emulator that, if you know how to work those, I have a ton of games on here, games that I've purchased, and I really am enjoying kind of playing this stuff. I think it's going to be really good when I travel, but I also use it when I'm either waiting for something to render or whatever I do it when I'm cooking, and I just think it's really awesome. I actually do it before I go to bed. A lot of times I'll sit in bed and play this for like a half hour just to kind of like wind down from the day, and then I'll go lights out and go to sleep. But it's been really, really awesome for me. I have a few complaints if people want to know about those as well. The biggest complaint, it's gotten better with updates though, I'll be honest. When I first got it, I said this in the beginning, the UI is really laggy. A lot of people complain about the UI on Steam Deck. If there's enough people who care, I can get the ROG Ally, and because that was another one that people talked about a lot. I don't really care for Asus. Some of the stuff that they've done has been pretty unsavory over there. I was one of the people that got screwed over by their motherboard fiasco they had a couple of years ago. So I've kind of since then refrained from it. I still do have an Asus motherboard, so I'm not necessarily opposed to trying that one out. But if you're a person who likes like the handheld gaming thing, with the updates and everything, I think this is worth the money if you're interested and you're a person who is going to use it. This has been put to great use for me. So I highly recommend it. Again, I don't have anything else to go off of that is the PC type of handheld gaming. I did use the PlayStation Portal. I returned it before I could ever do a review on it because I couldn't stand it. I heard they made an update that can fix the cloud gaming. It's no longer cloud gaming. It's actually like on board. If they do that, I think it's pretty cool. But I still prefer this because of the variety of games. Most game titles that I like, if I want to, I'll just play it on the console, and I don't think I'll get that again. I also had a Logitech Cloud that I didn't like either. Cloud gaming sucks, and I'm just against it. So if you're going to get something where you want physical games that aren't going to lag, this is worth the money for me. Again, I know a lot of people talk about the ROG Ally. There are also the MSI Claw and a few other ones, but I am more than happy with the Steam Deck. That's my opinion. Mystic Quest, bro. Y'all don't know about this game. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy. A lot of people ask what type of games I play. I have literally, in the last, since I've gotten the Steam Deck, I have played and beaten Final Fantasies 1 through 6 so far. And once I finish Mystic Quest, I'm going back. I'm going to go all the way up through 14 to finish them, because some of them I never played yet. I've played 7 and 8 already, but 9, 10, I've only played 13 from the ones that are new. So I'm going through them all and playing them. But I really love this. People wanted to know. And some of you that clicked on this video, you cared. So yeah, I have a lot of different tech things. Like I said, every once in a while, I'll throw some stuff in if I think it's worth talking about, but I'm big on that kind of stuff. I could probably make an entirely other tech channel if I wasn't so busy doing all the things that I'm doing right now. But that's the end of the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back. Mystic Quest, bro. Y'all don't know about this. Is the easiest game ever, by the way. You never played an RPG? Play this one. You'll beat it in 10 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.